My name is Nate, and I'm currently building my second ever DIY camper van. It is a little bit messy in here, but that is because we are taking this van on a little camping trip. As you can see, we are in the middle of the forest right now. Right now, we are on the west side of Vancouver Island, and I'm actually not usually on the west side. I think I've only been over here maybe 3 times. So this area is completely new to me, and I chose this spot because you can actually see the ocean past these trees, but it is not a nice enough day to see the ocean. Before I came out here, I made like a general plan of a few different places I wanted to check out just in case some were full. The first spot that I went to, which had a view of the ocean, was taken. And the second place that I wanted to go, which again has a view of the ocean, was actually just a few hundred meters left of where I am right now. But for some reason, a few hundred meters over that way was incredibly snowy. It was way too dangerous for me to take my 2-wheel drive van down that road, and it just got so bad where I just had to turn around. And here we are at our third spot. Unfortunately, we don't have a view of the ocean, but to be honest, this is why you go out van life camping. You get different sceneries everywhere you go, and I love it. You can see our van here that I've been converting for the last few months. We just took it and parked it right next to this logging road. There's a little pull off here. I found this spot on iOverlander. It's a good app if you're a van lifer or just someone who likes to go camping. As you can tell, it is not the nicest out, and I forgot my boots. So I think most of today will be spent in the van, but there is a trail right next to my van. Maybe I'll take a quick walk and get my feet soaked in the process. If you watched my last video, you know that I actually just recently installed an electrical system in my van, and this is going to come in clutch for this camping trip because I'm not going to have to use my van lights, which actually drain my starter battery. I can actually bring a light like this and attach it right to my inverter. So everything right now is going to be powered off of my house batteries, which makes me so happy. And I also have this big mattress here. And this is for when I go to bed, when that time comes. I just put it up here right now so I can have my kind of desk area up there right now. And another just fantastic thing about this camping trip is I have a fridge in here now. It's not fully installed. This will not be the location for it, but I just have it here temporarily, hooked it up to my combiner box, and we got a working fridge. And since we've got quite a bit of power here, I think I actually want to do a little bit of gaming here too. For an unbuilt van, I think we're living in luxury tonight. I think I do want to take a little walk up that trail that's just right over there. So I'm going to zip my jacket up and hopefully my feet don't get too wet in the process. And this trail is literally right beside my van, so it's nice I don't have to walk too far. I also do have bear spray in my back pocket for anyone wondering. And worried about my safety. Don't worry. And I can't lie to you guys, this looks pretty cool. I really have to be careful about where I'm walking if I don't want my feet to get too wet. One wrong move and my foot goes in a puddle of water. This is why you get boots for camping. A little bit of snow. Yeah, this just keeps on going up. Let's go up just a little bit further. Pretty much just this trail has snow. It looks really cool. But I think this may be the end of our walk because these are deep puddles and I do not want to accidentally step in these. That is a very cool backdrop though. Oh, I am so happy to be out just camping somewhere. I feel like I haven't done this in a little while. It's really nice. I don't think I've gone out camping since I went out with my brother, which was probably a little which was probably a little less than a month ago. Oh, big fall for the Nate. Oh God. Oh, hey, at least my feet aren't wet though. Just kind of the rest of my body. Oh, the hand. Ooh. Bad idea. I knew I should have brought a towel too. I was on the fence about bringing a towel, but decided against it for some reason. Whew. Oh. Nothing is better than getting cold and then getting warm again. So I might have stayed under the heat of this diesel heater a little bit longer than I expected. It is just so comforting, so nice. It feels like I'm getting wrapped with a nice warm blanket all around me. But there is something I think I want you guys to do. I want you guys to follow my Instagram. You'll be able to see deeper into my life that you won't see on YouTube, and you might get some sneak peeks of upcoming videos. Think about it. It is about a comfortable 16 degrees Celsius in this van, and I'm ready to cook dinner. And tonight we are going to be making pork stir fry, which is actually the same thing that we made out on the pier a few videos ago. And there's a few different reasons why I'm making this pork stir fry again. And the first reason being, groceries are expensive. And I already had the ingredients for this dish, so I decided to just pack them into the van and head out. The second reason is that I've been making this dinner like 3 times a week since I've made that video. I really like this dish. It is so good. And adding on to my last point, it is super cheap. So a combination of it being a cheap meal, me knowing how to cook it really well now, and it just being really good, that's why I chose this meal for a second time. I also make it with rice now. And I've only got one burner, so I'm gonna cook my rice first, because I would rather my rice be cold than my pork be cold. I'm really only gonna wash my rice once because I don't have an abundance of water right now. We are gonna get this rice cooking while we get our other ingredients ready. Well, there we go. That is our finished dinner. And I like how I boasted about how I'm better at making this now, which I am. But making the rice and the pork with one burner, I kind of messed it up a little bit for 2 reasons. I forgot to bring a lid for the pot, so I wasn't able to cook the rice with a lid. And I forgot one of the main ingredients for the pork, sugar, to add into the sauce. I'm very curious to know if it's going to change the taste though. So let's give it a try. Yeah, I can definitely tell a little difference between no sugar and sugar, but it's really not that much of a difference, and it's still great. I figured it out. I know what it is. I can taste more of the white wine vinegar now. It's more prominent in the meal, which I don't really mind. I'm still really enjoying this right now. But there is one thing that I just haven't gotten around to in the last 3 videos, and that's reading your guys' comments. Luckily, I have a little bit of cell reception here, so I was able to snag a few screenshots of your guys' comments. And I think right now is a great time to address them. Now I'm going to be reading your guys' comments from this video, not the last video, but the video before that. Alright, our first comment says, "Dude, one question. Where do you live and how are you getting along with your neighbors so that you are not only using power tools at night, but also YouTube at the same time?" Now, one misconception that you might be thinking if you watch my videos is I always tend to work late into the night when I'm working on my van. And while it does look like I'm working in the middle of the night because it is super dark out when I'm working on my van, in reality, it's probably only around 5 to 6-ish because it gets super dark here on Vancouver Island super early. Since we're getting further into the year, it's getting better, and we just had our daylight savings, so we moved our clocks forwards or backwards, one of the two that gives us more light. So now it gets dark around, I'd say 7. But I always try and be super respectful to my neighbors, try not to work too late. Some days I do have to, but on the days that I do have to work late, I never use power tools, and especially not ones like an impact drill, a jigsaw, or anything like that, because they just make too much noise. I'm always trying to be mindful of my neighbors and make sure they get their beauty sleep. Moving on to the second comment, and it says, "Rooftop solar has a noticeable effect on solar heating inside your rig in summertime too. It's built-in shade." And that is a great way to put that because I've never thought about that before. And you're totally right. There's probably a few inches between my solar panels and my roof, which leaves a bit of an air gap, which causes the solar panels to shade the top of my roof. That direct sunlight hitting my solar panels instead of the roof of my van will definitely keep it colder in here in the summertime, and I just never really thought about that before. So thank you for commenting that. Our third and last comment says, "Great video and congrats on the sponsorship. You're making so much progress on the van and your YouTube career." First off, thank you so much for the comment. I really appreciate it. And the sponsored part is actually something I've been wanting to bring up in a video for a little bit, so I'm going to yap about it for a little bit. I am so thankful for the companies that reached out to me and decided to send me one of their products to help build this van. I seriously could not do it right now if it weren't for those companies, so I want to say right off the bat, I am extremely thankful for those companies. But I hate giving you guys sponsored videos in a row. I really do. There's something about it that just drains me. I don't like doing it. There's something about just making content for myself that I just absolutely love. I've been making YouTube videos since I was like 11. Content creation is just in my blood now. And I set such a high standard for myself for like everything I do. I really like to be quality in everything that I do, and that includes content creation. And when I add a sponsored segment into a video, I feel like it diminishes quality a little bit, and it just kind of hurts me to do that. But that's why I've been so excited to film this video, because it's just me out here. I'm in my empty van doing some cooking, I'm doing some gaming tonight, and this video is not a sponsored one, so it makes it even better. My channel has been on a little bit of a decline in viewership since I had my last big hit video, the Halloween video. But to me, that's okay. I see a lot of repeat commenters in my comment section, and I think that's as much as I could ask for. So for the people that have been watching a month, 2 months since the beginning, thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. The entire time I was cooking, the entire time I was eating, my diesel heater has been on like a, I don't know what you would call it, low power mode, low mode. But you can barely hear it, and it's still pumping out nice hot air at a very slow flow. And I just kept it right here the whole time. Oh, so nice. And this diesel heater was a sponsorship, and I couldn't be more happy to make a video for them, because this really does help me out more than you guys can imagine. As I've been filming this video, I kind of realized that it's almost like carbon copy of the Pier video. I cooked the same dinner, I read your guys' comments, and now I'm going to be playing Minecraft. This time we're just in a different spot and in a different van. I hope you guys don't mind. And tonight we are going to be playing Minecraft, and we'll also be playing the same world that we only play out camping. And tonight I think we should go exploring in the Nether. So let's hop in the game and get started. All right, we're back in right where we left off from last video. We got full diamond armor, and I think we're ready to take on whatever the Nether has for us. And if I remember correctly, I did make a portal to the Netherlands over here. Not the Netherlands, the country, but but the other dimension called the Nether in Minecraft. I wish I could visit the Netherlands sometime soon. I really want to go to Europe, like Sweden or Norway sometime in my lifetime. I know very little about Europe and where the cool spots are there, so I would love to look more into it and eventually take a trip there. But we found our portal to the Nether, not the Netherlands, and let's take a look at what our Nether dimension looks like. Oh, this is actually probably one of the best spawns I could ever ask for. And if you don't play Minecraft, this structure is an integral structure to beating the game. So the fact that we spawned right next to it is genuinely just perfect. You know, playing this game always reminds me of times with my friends. So we'd make a realm that all of our friends could join, and we'd just have a massive server with all of us on it. But that's also the beauty of games, in my opinion. You're not only having fun in the moment, but you're creating memories with your friends that you're playing them with. I have a countless amount of memories that I've made with my friends over the years playing so many different games, and it's one of the reasons why I love creating content as well, because you're able to capture a moment in time, and you'll always be able to go back to that exact moment in time and see what your life was like. So yeah, video games are more than what they seem. You really do get so many memories out of them, especially if you're playing with friends, and I just cherish those memories so much. That's all I'm trying to say here. But the next step that we got to do in the Nether is kill these guys called Endermen. But I'm currently using a boat to trap them. I know, a little bit cheesy, I get it. But I need to make sure I'm safe while killing them, okay? Okay, I need to see some more Endermen here. These spawn rates are horrendous. I do have to say, guys, props to anyone who is a streamer. It is super hard for me to constantly talk about stuff. It's a skill. It's a skill that I need to work on, that hopefully I'm getting better at. But it's just one of those things that you don't really think about when you see people do it online, especially if they're doing it so naturally. It's actually very impressive, in my eyes at least, in my content creation eyes. All right, I'm pretty happy with what we got done here. Oh God. Oh, that hits. What? How'd that not hit? That's the one. Oh yeah. All right, let's head back home. You know, I was expecting to be out in that Nether for way longer than we were, but since we just got an amazing spawn, we were out of there very fast. Very happy with that. All right, and from our visit to the Nether, we got 11 blaze rods, 2 eyes of ender, and 14 ender pearls. I am very happy with that. But again, ending off at our little shelter, we're gonna log off for this world and continue on next camping trip. There's nothing better than playing some video games out in the middle of nowhere in a van. I don't know why it resonates so well with me, but playing video games in the middle of nowhere in a van is just peak life. Well guys, it is about that time. We crushed dinner, played some games, set up our van into sleep mode, and Now I'm ready to wind down for the night, just hang out in bed and drift off to sleep. But before I do, if you have made it this far into the video, I want you to comment down below what your favorite meal was you cooked in the last week. I want to learn about what you guys cook at home, and maybe it will give me an idea for a dinner in a future video. Let me know what your favorite meal was that you cooked in the past week. Alright, but with that, I'm gonna head off to bed. I will see you guys in the morning.
Good morning, everyone. It was kind of cold last night because I did have my diesel heater on for the majority of the night, and it was keeping me nice and warm. Especially since the hose for my diesel heater is right here. I was able to just put it to the side, put it under the blankets, and it just warms my entire body when I do this. It is fantastic. I'll let you guys take a look outside. Still a pretty nasty day. It's supposed to rain for like the next week or something. So no good sunny days for us. There is something I need to do before I get up, and that is play the Wordle. For breakfast today, I'm just going to be making an omelette. I feel like it's something easy I can make for breakfast, won't take too long, and it will be delicious. Now I also have some leftover bologna that I'm just going to cook up and throw in the omelette as well. On this camping trip, I just kind of brought things I had from home, so I actually didn't spend a dime on this video, which I'm very happy about. It just gets insanely smoky in here. Since I don't have my max air fan connected, I can't suck any of this smoke out, so it just gets insanely smoky in here. I am not amazing at cooking omelets, so we're gonna see how this turns out. Ooh, heat too high, heat too high. It's also a little bit hard to do this in an unlevel van. All the egg just kind of wants to pool to one side. We're gonna go in with our cheese. I'm gonna tear up a bunch of this bologna to kind of place all around in the omelet. And I'm also gonna add just a little bit of onions on top. Then we're gonna try and curl this over on itself without breaking it. Woo, okay. Broke a little bit, but it's not bad. There we go, that doesn't look too terrible. Why is this so hard? Come on, little eggy. Come on, omelet. I know you can do it. Come on, come on. There we go. Piece of bologna on top. And there we go, that's our breakfast. I totally forgot to put salt and pepper on the omelet while I was cooking, but you can always put it on after. Alright, I am excited for this. I am hungry. That is actually great. This is really good. You know, I've been looking through my schedule to see what kind of videos I need to record in the next little bit, and I think the next one is actually going to be another camping video. So if you have been enjoying this video, consider subscribing down below to see more of this kind of stuff. I make camping content, I make van building content. As you can see behind me, we're building out this van. If you like van life and just like vans in general, you'll probably like this channel. So
consider subscribing. Maybe next time I go camping, it won't be as rainy, and maybe I'll be able to snag one of those spots where you do have an ocean view. That would be fantastic if I could do that. I really don't know why, but anything you cook out camping just instantly makes it 10 times better than if you were to cook it at home. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Murdered that. Woo! It's foggy out here. Wow, you can barely even see down this road. That's crazy. Was just taking some photos for maybe the thumbnail of this video, but definitely some teasers for the Instagram. And oh my god, guys, ever since I put up those solar panels, I can't stop looking at my van. I'm so glad I painted that unistrut black, because it just makes everything blend in so well. I just love how the black on the Max Air fan matches with the solar panels, matches with my windows, matches with the black trim, matches with the wheels. I just think it looks so cool. There's been times where I've just sat in front of my van and just looked at it. And if that doesn't show you my love for vans, I don't know what will. But I do think this will mark the end of our camping trip. If you guys have enjoyed this video of me camping out of my empty van and want to watch me finish building this van, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, consider watching another camping video right over here. And if you have made it this far into my 29th video, I cannot thank you enough. Consider liking, maybe even leaving a comment. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys.